Favelas can be like giant labyrinths built deep into peripheries across Brazil, visible but often overlooked. And there are millions of Brazilians living in unofficial towns like this one, generating billions of dollars in economic activity every year. Still, many delivery companies refuse to work here, leaving residents without a way to get parcels right at home.
To address the issue, Brazilian startup Na Porta set out to do exactly what it says in its name, getting packages delivered right to the doorsteps of people living in the favelas.
When it comes to favelas, the access is a little bit trickier because they are considered restricted areas.
This is Catrines Comparim, co-founder Na Porta, which in Brazilian Portuguese means at the doorstep.
One of our founders were born and raised inside a favela, so he had troubles trying to receive their products at home. So whenever he orders something, he buys something online, he had to go to an agency or sometimes switch the zip code.
The presence of gangs and the favela's narrow, unpaved streets have made deliveries complicated here. But a lack of official street addresses may be the biggest hurdle.
We say that they are excluded from the map of e-commerce. They are excluded from the digital world.
But this is where Na Porta believes they have developed a solution, thanks in part to a tool from Google called Pluscodes. Pluscodes are digital addresses created by dividing the world over and over into ever smaller boxes. With each division, a number or letter is added to a sequence, creating a unique location code.
So we work with them to map these regions, create routes, create streets, create addresses to these people in order for them to receive not only their package, but vital services such as calling an ambulance or asking for the police.
Those plus codes have been printed on placards and hung throughout some favelas across Brazil. This helped put people on the map, but still, traditional companies refuse to come.
Getting lost in this area, that can be very risky.
This is David Nemmer, an anthropologist and professor at the University of Virginia, where he studies technology in Brazil's favelas.
Obviously, cartel folks do not want people roaming around, watching their business. This is why services and deliveries are often canceled or not completed once they have to reach territories like this.
So Na Porta has turned to local residents like Paulo, who know the ins and outs of the neighborhood.
Da favela é muito morro, é muita rua sem saída. Então, por eu morar aqui, então fica mais fácil, né? Porque eu conheço as ruas sem saída, eu sei como que faz para entrar, eu sei os caminhos. Essa parte aí é tranquilo.
Though he may know his way around, that doesn't necessarily guarantee safety. What's more, these workers are contractors. Professor Nemmer says that can be a precarious relationship against the backdrop of what he calls a broken gig economy.
Like delivery app workers are overworked, they're not paid enough, they don't have access to any benefits. So Na Porta claims to be aware of these issues, and they aim to establish a humane and fair work relationship. Na Porta also pledges increased security on routes and access to life insurance and other benefits. So this certainly sounds like a much better approach than the other delivery apps. So let's just hope that they can fulfill these promises.
Na Porta says that couriers earn around $1,000 per month. That's in a country where the minimum wage is only about 200. Catrini says that's because of the time Na Porta has spent developing company policies with the favela residents.
So we started looking from the bigger picture and understanding how the contexts are. So understanding how people that live in favela live their daily lives. And by doing that, we understand that it's not only about digital inclusion, but it's structured inclusion.
Professor Nemmer believes that model could be a potential key to success where others have failed.
Communities always have to be part of the solution, since they will be the ones using the technology. If none of that is taken into account, it's just going to be another tech developed by outsiders that never really fulfilled or tackle the problems just because they don't understand it.
It is safe to say that a delivery app is not going to solve all the deep-rooted issues seen in the favelas, but Na Porta's community-based solution may just be a start.